guys, welcome back to another video. I will be talking this video, since last video I just did the text. Tell me which you prefer, whether you'd rather me talk through, not all of it if it's a watch me edit, but like talk through my videos or just use text. If you follow me over on TikTok, you'll know that I was live yesterday and the day before, which would be the 30th and the 29th of August. And yesterday I was talking about what to post to my YouTube, and people in my chat were like, how do you use After Effects? So today's video is going to be somewhat of a beginner's tutorial on like how to edit like the basics of After Effects. I'm gonna link the Discord. It's not my Discord, by the way, but the Discord where you can get the stuff to get like After Effects and all the plugins and that, and I will do a quick thing now to show you. So as you can see, I'm on Discord. I'm gonna go to the lo-fi server. I'm gonna go to the free market. Hopefully I'm showing this on the editing. I'm gonna scroll up. You don't have to get After Effects 24 like I have, but I have it. I used to use 2022 till about 2-3 months ago. I use this topaz here, and obviously you click on it and download it and blah de blah de blah, and then obviously the Mac installations are here, and then with the plugins you also got Magic Bullet. That's Magic Bullet looks, that's for your colouring, to alter the thing. Sapphire, BCC, and Twixter, Twitch, which is like save the people who like doing their shapes. I'd get that. I think that's like the basics of what I recommend anyway. Okay, After Effects has just loaded up. Obviously, if you're new to After Effects and you've just recently downloaded it, these won't come up. These are just my silly project names. Just click the X. It might be this one. I'm not sure what the After Effects 2024 normal screen looks like, but if it is somewhat similar to this, I'm trying to help you guys out here. So what you're going to want to do from here is click new composition. Obviously name it whatever you like. I'm just going to name it tutorial, and you're going to leave this. You don't have to put it on 60 frames per second, whatever you like to edit in. I like to edit in 60 frames per second. And your width, obviously you can change that. You got to unlock it first. I have it 1080 by 1080, which obviously is a square. Leave this to 0, and we're going to edit this after if you've already picked your audio, and then click OK. And now your composition has now been made. We want to go over here to import file. No idea what these audios are. So you're going to want to click O on your keyboard and take it to the end of composition. And then if you see here, this is your time that it finishes at. So then you can click on it and it will be highlighted, and then you Control C to copy it, click OK, and then you're going to left click on your mouse or whatever you're using, go to composition, no, right click, sorry, composition, and then go here, double click to select all, and then Control V to paste this, and then that will set your composition time to exactly the length of your audio. You see the star on your keyboard? I'll show it on the screen. When you play the audio, you can click it to the beats, especially if you know the audio, and it marks it for it. So let me just show you. And then the beats are marked instantly, no pausing, and I'm not going to be showing you the toe pads on that in this tutorial. If you want me to, comment down below and I will. So import file, this is where you get your clips. If you've got like a whole scene pack that's got all the clips in, then sure, go ahead, add that, but okay, I'm gonna use this, double click to import it. Here I've got it, and I'm just gonna drag it down here, above. Once it's added, obviously you're gonna want to choose your clips, and the way I used to do this when I first started is I used to just scroll with my mouse and then you know, trim it. But now you double click on it, double left click, and then if you click the plus button on your keyboard, it should zoom in a bit, so you're a bit closer. And then you see this bit here, the set in point. You click on this, and then you go back up, click on this, and then you should have clipped it to your bit. And then if you go right click, sorry, I keep getting it mixed up. Right click on your one marker, and then go to marker. Control Shift D to slice. If you see here a bit, Rhea's not in the center a bit, and I'm a bit fussy like that. So about here she stops going off center. So you click on your video, your one layer, click P on your keyboard, and now it will say position, and you see this little stopwatch here. Click on that, and then wherever she stops moving, so about here, I'm going to grab my clip and drag it all the way over. Over here, align. I don't know whether this is the layout on your screen, but if you see a line, and then you click this one to align vertically, and then it should do it. So now it just moves to the side, and now she's going to move back, so we're going to want to pull this back over to where she's in the middle and click align again. Let's see what that looks like. So we're going to highlight it all, right click, click too fast, right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Let's see what that looks like. Probably still bad. You click Control S to save your project. Obviously name it whatever you like. I'm going to name it tutorial. Now we're going to want to start adding our actual clips that we're going to edit. So we're going to double left click on it again, and I'm going to jump forward to after I've added all my clips. While I'm adding them right now, if you remember, it's double left clicking on your clip, clicking the subtract or the plus on your keyboard to zoom in a bit closer to your, and then you click this one and then back to your composition up here and go into each of your markers. I haven't finished adding all my clips, but I'm not going to add all of them because I don't need all of them for this tutorial. But as you can see, the edit, you get the concept. These 4 clips here have all got their sound, and I'm not really going to want the sound playing for my edits. So I select all of them by dragging my mouse down like this, make sure the 4 are selected, then I just click the volume button, and now it's not going to play. And if the person you're editing isn't aligned, just hold on your clip and drag, and then go to the align button and align vertically. To actually edit, I edit on third, which, if you don't know what this is to make it run faster when you're editing. When it's on full, that's full quality and it goes really slow. So I'm going to put it on third. And now I'm going to click on my clip, my layer. I'm going to click I, and it'll take me to the start of my clip. And I'm going to right click, go to pre-compose, and then I'm going to make sure move all attributes into the new composition is selected with this one as well. And then click OK. Don't worry about naming it. So now my layer is pre-composed. So I'm going to go into my effects and presets panel, and what I'm going to type in is Twixtor. Obviously I've got a bunch of stuff saved, but I used to use Twixtor Pro, but I found that Twixtor just in general thing. So grab it, drag it over into your clip, and here it is inside. You'll see it at the left side. Now what you're going to want to do is unselect the in FPS is out FPS, and go back to your project in this little arrows here. This is your effects for your clip and this project. And if you see here frame rate, just scroll over a bit, you'll see the frame rate for this scene pack is 30 frames per second. What I'm going to do is go over, click on this, and type in 30. And then on image prep, I'm going to go to contrast, edge, and enhance. On motion sensitivity, I'm going to click on it, not double, just one click, click and hold and drag it all the way up to 100. You don't have to click and hold, you can just click on it and type in 100, but on frame interp blend, you're going to click on that and go to motion weighted blend. With smart blend, you're going to also select that. Okay, so we want our start of our clip with, see this stopwatch next to speed, you click that, and then you're going to click a U on your keyboard. So now you're going to see this here. We're going to type in 150, and then we are going to drag all the way to the middle of our clip and type out 35 again. And then you should see this should be added, this diamond type shape, like kite shape thing. And then we're going to click O on our keyboard. We're going to type 200, and it might disappear, but don't panic. So now we're going to select all these by dragging and pulling. Right click, keyframe assistance, and go to easy ease. You can just select all of them and click F9, but you can also do it that way. And now we're going to select just these first two and go over to this bit that says graph editor. Click on that and click the plus on your keyboard, or you can use this down here to zoom in. So now what we want to do is do an in graph, in graph like this, and you're just going to drag this down to about here, drag this up a bit, you zoom in a bit more so you can see, then you're going to click on this one, and now we want it to be an out graph, so we're going to drag this, lift it up a bit, about there, and then we're going to drag this down. There you go. And in to out, so it should be look like that. So instead of going to our next clip, we're going to click I on our clip again to go to the start, and then U to get rid of our keyframes. Not actually get rid of them, just off our screen. So now we're going to go back over to our effects and presets, click X on that to get rid of it, and now we are going to go and type in brightness and contrast. It should come up just typing in brightness. Drag it over to your clip. So then at the start of your clip, click the stopwatch on 0, not editing that, click U on your clip again, your layer, and drag it over to the middle of your layer, your clip again, and then type in, depending on the brightness of your clip already, I do maybe 10 to 15. I'm going to do 10 on this one because it's a bit bright, and then you click O on your keyboard to take you to the end of your clip, and you're going to type out negative, I'll do negative 25 to negative 45, I'll do about 35. Then we're going to grab and select all these again, right click on our keyboard, keyframe, assistance, easy ease, and then we've got this. Now we want to select the first two again, and then zoom in, click the corners, and then let me just zoom in a bit more, drag over like that, oops, let me just, in, we don't want it very sharp for the in because it's just a brightness. Then we're going to go over to this one, and then this is out, so we want to drag this down a bit because it's to fade it out. Don't want it too sharp, and about that. And then it should look like this, like a tiny point there. And then we're going to want to go over to our effects and presets and type in directional blur, BCC directional blur, drag it over into your clip. Now you'll see it at the left side of your screen. Depending on wherever you want your blur, I like mine going sideways, so I keep it at 90, but if you want it going up to down, you put it to 0, and obviously it'll go up to down, but I'm going to put mine back to 90. Adjust yours however you feel. I don't really touch anything beyond angle, and then I go to blur amount, and I do mine, I'm going to click click the stopwatch, and then click U on my keyboard again, and I'm going to go about a few frames in, maybe just a few before the actual halfway point, and then I'm going to do 0. I'm going to select all of it by dragging, right click, keyframe assistance easy ease, then I'm going to go to the graph editor again. I'm going to zoom in a bit, and then I'm going to click the corners, and I'm going to drag down and do somewhat of a nice sharp inwards, not too sharp though, about there, and then that should be good. So type in blur mode curves, whoops, grab it and drag it over to your clip, and now this is going to come up on the right side of your left side, sorry, of your screen. What you're going to want to do to zoom it in is click on Z dist. See, it's at 1. You just click the stopwatch, and then you're going to click U on your keyboard again to show the keyframes that you've worked on. Click O on your keyboard to take you to the end, and then I like zooming in about 0.75. See, like that, but for this I think we'll do 0.85. Select your keyframes, right click, keyframe assistance easy ease, and you go to the graph. And now this is a bit different. We want to go down but in a bit, just about there, and then this one up in a bit but not too high. To get it to your other clips, click on this here, just normal left click, sorry. Scroll up first, hold shift on your keyboard and then click again. If you scroll down you should see they're all selected. Now click Control C to copy, make sure you do it maybe a couple of times to see. Now you've copied, you're going to want to right click on your clip, your next clip, pre-compose, make sure these two things are selected, OK, and now it's pre-composed. Now click Control V, wait a second, and now it's pasted. Click U on your keyboard, zoom in a bit, click O to go to the end of your clip, and now select all of these, hold Alt on your keyboard, and now hold on your keyframes, left click, and now drag to your blue check mark, and now it's adjusted to your new clip. And now we've got all of our clips with the effects. If you wanted to zoom out, instead of manually re-adding the blur mode curves effect to zoom it out, say I wanted to zoom out this one here, I click U on my keyboard, and now look on the left, it says blur mode curves, Z dist. I'm going to select these, I'm going to go to I'm going to wait there, right click, keyframe assistance, and then I'm going to go time reverse keyframes. Click that, zoom it out for me instead of me doing it. Once you've completed your edit, you're going to select them all at the side, right click, pre-compose, make sure those two are selected again, OK, and now you're going to see they all merged as one. They're going to go over to your effects and presets, so I'm going to go to S_shape here, and I'm going to drag it over to here. The amplitude is like a big part, and the frequency in the edit, so I'm going to put it to 0.1 is what I usually put mine to. The frequency is how fast it moves, but I recommend not going past maybe 0.2 for the amplitude. My frequency, I'd say for this edit maybe 3.7, and then the phase just a tiny touch. The seed maybe a bit forward, so you don't have to edit the seed or the phase. I always just really focus on the amplitude, frequency, and the Z shake is the zoom shake. I recommend doing from like 15 to 25, so I'm going to put mine to maybe 20. And then the tilt shake, it goes a long way, so 7 to 10. And now I'm going to go over to our effects and presets again, and then S_flicker. You're going to drag s_flicker onto your pre-composed clips, and then the amplitude I'm going to put maybe to 0.15. This is how much of the colour of the black flicker we see, so I'm going to put it to maybe 1.5. Random frequency maybe 45. Okay, and to do the colouring, we're gonna go to wherever you want the colour to start. Control Alt Y, and you're gonna see this adjustment layer come up. And now you don't have to do this, but I'm just gonna cut it to the edited clips just for this tutorial. I usually do it for the whole duration of my edit. So now we're gonna go over to effects and presets. Sharpen first. We're gonna drag over sharpen into our adjustment layer, not onto our actual layer, adjustment. We're going to do a sharpen, I'm going to put mine to 25, and then we're going to go to BCC unsharp mask, drag that over onto our adjustment as well. Radius to about 15, amount maybe 10, and then threshold 5. And now we're going to go over to our effects and presets for the last time, I promise. And we're going to type in Lux. Drag Lux onto our adjustment layer. Now you're going to see this over here. We want to click edit, and it will open up this new window panel. And now this new window panel opens up. You're just going to see this plus at the bottom. This is obviously up to you, and you know, you can get colorings from people or buying it from, I forgot the shop's called, Shopify I think it is. No, but obviously I'm not going to show you really how to do that because it's to your personal liking. But obviously, let's say you finished your edit now, you've added all your colouring and your watermark. To add your watermark, I'll show you quickly. Here, click on the text, type it out, so that's my watermark. And now click off. To center it, you go to align, and then those two. And then I do my watermark, right click, blending mode and difference to give you that type of watermark. Go to file, export, and then add to render queue. Obviously you're going to want to specify where you want it to render. So I have a folder called projects, and then go to high quality. If you're doing QuickTime, I'd recommend getting vocoder. I'll show you how to do that. Go on to format options, and then go to Apple ProRes 4444, and then you click obviously OK, and then OK again. But if you're doing vocoder, click on that, and then format options. You're going to want to go to 420 lossless 8-bit projects, and then click OK and OK, and then obviously you click render and you wait till that finishes, and then it should have exported to where you said it was. Yeah, and that's literally it. I hope you guys enjoyed this beginner's tutorial. I hope I didn't go too fast. I'm a bit nervous if you couldn't tell, sorry. And if you guys want more tutorials on like anything you see in my edits or just general, please comment down below and let me know how I did and what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a great night or day wherever you are. Goodbye.